I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first.
Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is November 15th, Friday 2024. Hope you had a good day, good week here. So, big drop. Imagine that, right? Look at that. So, we expected to come to at least here. They did that real quick. And then that becomes resistance. So, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I'm watching everybody on the internet like, yo, look at me. And it's like, well, okay, let me brag a little bit. I was letting this know 10 days ago, like before even the drop came down and before we even came up. So, but this is not to toot my horn. What's the reason for this? The reason why I'm saying this is because you gotta trust your analysis. So, for example, if I was to have really trusted my analysis better, I would have caught all of it, right? Type of thing. I'm not saying now again with a grain of salt. I'm not saying you're supposed to catch all of it. I'm supposed to catch all of it. But the point is that if I'm able to predict something like this, right? Then how can you be involved, right? So let's take a look at that. So in that sense, obviously, when the elections was here, we were pushing up, right? We came up to take out those highs, obviously, right? And then why did I say to come back down to here? Why was I doing that here? Why was I predicting that to come here? Why? Well, because if you recall, remember those two gaps that we had on the daily chart right there. That chart, that gap, and that gap. You see it, all right? Which would be here in this area here. So that was my logic. I was like, okay, well, if we're gonna push up hard with the elections, we're gonna take out liquidity to the left. Then they're gonna come back down because they're gonna wipe out all the people who were buying. Now that's not. I don't need mathematics. I'm not a rocket fucking scientist. None of that. That's just basic common knowledge, especially with indices like Nasdaq, especially, right? To me, I think they move the easiest, cleanest, most predictable, and so on, right? In futures, but. Anyways, let's get back to it because I want to make this short, but it's kind of hard not to. Okay, so where were the writings on the wall here? Well, if I was to go back here to the 1 hour real quick, again, every lower high or every high is a gift to sell because of the fact that we're bearish, right? So that should be the common theme instead of counter trending of buying. But again, yes, we're bullish and we could have pushed up, and yes, that we understand it makes it difficult. But look how they do in the daily. So this is a learning experience. This is a thing that you can remember. This is a great experience, to be honest. So all these little daily candles, I mean, they're just slithering down, right? And pretending like a wedge to push up, whatever, and so on. But that I was mentioning. So now I highlighted that this gap here with this pink level here. You can see that, right? Let me just push it out real quick. Trying to move fast here. Man, but on the daily it's not there. I want to push it up higher on the daily. Okay, that's good enough. All right, so you see what I'm saying? So it's like a black hole, right? So it's like a wormhole, right? So you have a gap on this side, you have a gap on this side. Why did I highlight this one? Well, because it's the closest. And number two, if you actually do the measurements from here and here, they're literally the same. It's like off by a tick. They're literally the same gap, right? It's crazy. So this is why, to be honest with you, I didn't think this was going to pan out the way I thought, right? But hey, that's why I'm saying this. Trust your fucking analysis. How can you be involved? Well, again, higher lows pushing up, and then here you get the lower lows. Yes, you get the little wicks here, but you get to push up here into that imbalance, boom, and then the writing on the wall was all yesterday, dude. If I make this a 15-minute, again, take a look. I know you already saw yesterday's video or yesterday's flow. But if you watch it again, it's so many gems. I'm letting you know when we had that bullish imbalance here and we dragged it out especially on the 15-minute, you can see that it doesn't have to be the 15-minute exactly, but you can see that look at the support resistance, basic body language, right? That's key. That right there is like when you had this little flow right here, that's a sinker. Like these are sinkers, right? So same story with here. I'm waking up fucking here, and it's like it's already down here. So let me get back into price action real quick. As you'll see here, this is a 5 minute, so we'll just start with that first. But where was the writing on the wall here? Well, again, 830 pushed up here. Okay, and by the way, these lines right here, just so we understand each other. Actually, this is not the right screen. Let me. There's so much to talk about, dude. But learning experience for sure. So look at this this daily imbalance here. This one right here. I don't have it highlighted. Let me do it like this. I should do it like this. I should have been in that. I'm just gonna leave that there. And then what you see here on the 4 hour and all these on the 15 and the 1 minute is I'm just quadding the level. I'm quadding this daily blue. Okay, so if I dragged it out, that would be quadded. I'm not gonna do it because it's just too much shit. But just so you understand that. So so we gotta mark that, right? Again, I don't know where the price is gonna be after Asia and London, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm a New York trader, so what's it called? 830 pushes it up here. We tag the high of that bearish. Remember, this quad is the daily bullish imbalance, right? Okay, so that's hitting that level there. Okay, all right, and then we had a divergence here where we had Nasdaq did not take out that high, and we had higher highs. I'm sorry, with S&P and Dow. So that being said, okay, that's a divergence right there, right? So I guess I should start marking it on these charts so they're clean, so they're clear. So anyways, and then the order flow on a 1 minute is super beautiful. But look at the price action here, sitting inside that gap. And from where is this gap going to? The price going to the next gaps, right? So in a very bearish situation, but again, getting drawn into, now I want to see a daily, I want to see this close below this pink level so we can say, and why am I saying that this is an important area? Well, because when there's gaps here, there's no daily bodies across it. So we had price action offering up to the buy side, right? But we never had price action offered to the downside, right? So that being said, that's why the price is still here. It's good for us to see this price staying below this pink area. I hope it stays below here. And then Monday, next week we'll discuss. But so now that I've mentioned all that, order flow here, beautiful, 930. Again, if it's really weak, those opening range gaps are going to stay empty. So sure enough, what do? We come right into this bearish imbalance on the 930. Boom. What is this level? This level with the line is that top 25% or 75%, whatever you want to call it, of that daily bullish imbalance. Okay, so the X marks the spot there. That's beautiful, and you'll see on the 1 minute as it's the first imbalance. Then we push down, obviously, below right through the 50%, in a sense. Well, we pause for a second, but anyways, and then we come to this area. So this area here, why do I not want to buy from here? Okay, again, we're talking about not trying to catch bottoms or anything, but at the same time, we do understand where reversals can happen, right? We're looking for a higher time frame situation. So in this case, you have the gap here, you have the purple gap, which is the black hole that I just talked about, and then we have another gap in the background. See this little gap right here? That's over here in gray. Well, that's there too, right? So at 50% here, just all wicks, just trying to pretend like it's buying, raids it. Where do we go? Well, now we have this gap underneath it, and this is more high confluence. Why do I say that? Now let's go over here. If you look at this this fib here, let me zoom in on this real quick. So as you see on this, and again, we were overbought here. What did they do? They came down to the oversold. Beautiful. I mean, man, let me tell you something, dude. This is so beautiful and easy in this sense, right? But this might change the game. I'll talk about the higher time frame in a second, but this might change the game as far as if we're making the high of the year now. Is it? Do we get that Santa rally? I mean, with this is difficult. It's pretty low here, but we're gonna have to see an explosive move next week for that to kind of end up happening, at least by the 20th. But anyways, instead of doing the measurements from the low to the high, I'm measuring the body to the body, okay? And look where we went to. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to move that over and take a look. Hold on. So you want to measure, generally speaking, higher time frame. You want to measure the bodies, not the highs, not the wicks. But take a look. Now that I've dragged it out, oh shit, forgot that I expanded this. All right, now that we've seen that, okay, take a look. Is that the exact same level? Look at the 70 on the fib. Beautiful, right? So we bounce here, and then 50% here, and then we push up, and then now we're here. So we hope it stays here. Let me go to 1 minute right quick, and then I can move forward. Trying to move fast here. And then look at the 1 minute. You can see here. All right, you can see the writing on the wall here. Again, price action was in here. You had that top of that bullish imbalance. We come underneath it. Look at these. I'm trying to zoom in for you. It's hard to, obviously, as you know. Okay, so 1 minute right there. This is underneath. That's a lower low, lower high. Starts to control price. All gaps. Look at the gap. All the bearish imbalances are telling you the story. You just have to flow with it. You don't fight it. You don't think you're smarter than it. It was already dropping that hard. We're expecting to come down pretty deep. So, but at that point you got to walk away eventually. So look at this. The first imbalance here. That's in green. Obviously, you can see the body stopping on a dime there. I mean, Jesus. You can see here we push up, we come down, and then we use this 948 as a nice inversion right there. Beautiful. That's a model all in itself, coming down, respecting that, respecting all the bearish imbalances, dude. And in a sense, right? And it's instead of a floater, we'll call it a sinker. So they slither down the whole way, and then as you can see, the rest here. That was nice right there as well. Just 1136 holding, and so on. So I mean, nothing else to really talk about. Look at this right here. As far as this goes, I like this as a trade. I did take this here, in the center, literally. I'm in it right now, actually. This bottom here. Why? Well, again, we hit. Okay, so you can see the 70. This is the fib. This is that big fib here. So here. You can see it hit the 70, right? And then you have this bullish imbalance. You have 50% of the gap, as you can see marked. Literally have a limit order. I had a limit order sitting on top of this high right here. This 157 sitting right there. Got filled in, no drawdown, barely. And what's the goal here? Well, obviously, it would be nice to just shoot and skyrocket, right? But pertaining to next week, my goal, assuming that we don't gap down, my goal, let's just say we closed right here. My goal is to get to 50% of this Friday range here, at the least, right? And pop back up, right? Maybe even come to 50% of that of the fib here on the delivery. Breakout levels from 930. I mean, back to these gaps right here. I'm hoping this is going to be a very big trade, but at the same time, this might fail because it might gap down and then just come a little bit lower. And to be more specific on why it's down here, well, let's take a look here on this 1 hour chart. Pretty much says it all. Well, you have an imbalance here, right? See this right here? That's left. Well, this is the imbalance, but this is what's left of the imbalance. Look at all the push-out traders. This is a push-out trader level from the elections, right here, especially here. See that? See how we blew through this? We came right through it, and look where the price came. How convenient, right? So that's the logic. So this is all liquidity, right? But if you were to say, how can I mess up everybody? How can I get everybody that was involved from the push out traders? Well, I mean, this was more than enough here, but for extra measure, they're coming to here because you can see the level. See, this is the exact same entry that I got as the buy right here. See this? So you can see that push out part right there, push out trade right there. Why not here? Well, they might come for that. If they gap down, they'll probably come for that. Why? Only because of the fact that when this candle pushed up, it's like, we're up here. Yeah, it's bullish. Now you're gonna say, well, why don't they do that here? And hey, I don't know, because listen, if we're getting any lower than this, dude, we're in a completely different climate. I don't see the rally happening anymore. The fourth quarter, I think this is maybe now a double top, and then if they really want to fucking go for it, then they might come. Let me just put it like this: if this was a speaker here, all right, as you see this, just basic price action, then it would make sense for them to come down here and wipe out that high and that high. Why do I say that? Well, that's if the market does change. Everybody's got euphoria from buying up here with every asset. So, that this drop makes sense, but this is also pretty deep, depending how we flow from here. So again, when you look at this low and this high and this is a nice retracement. Okay, even if it's healthy, from this leg, see this candle right here from September 9th? There's no wick on that candle, like literally no wick. So, dude, I mean, I don't know. That sounds out of place maybe, but from this low to this high, if their retracement, and I mentioned this, I think I mentioned this when this was down here. When this was down here, I was like, if they might do that. So I was surprised that they didn't do that, but we'll see. I was gonna say something I forgot, but it's a good response coming back to this last down count on the week, which is again this made sense, but hitting that 70 to the perfect level like that, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to induce people to buy here too, but they sure did me. But let's see what happens. And again, we had this imbalance here. Oh, and then lastly, this is super game too. So I'm pretty sure they use this as resistance, as you can take a look. Let's look at that. Ain't that a coincidence? No, it's not. See, so this right here, you see this candle, this 831. Look at that. You think that's just random? It's not. It's definitely not. It's definitely not. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at these bodies. See that? So you gotta have this stuff on your chart. So let me do it this way. So when we're coming down, right? When you're coming down, you're looking to the left of the chart. So these down candles, this is pretty much like a sell model right here. So you have consolidation here, specifically here, and then you get a push up, and the price comes underneath it. Now this could be a sell model here as well. So this is the consolidation. We break out, we push back, and then we end up coming down to get to here. I don't know, obviously, but what I was saying is when we're coming down here, look to the left. Right here, when we're pushing up here, look how we're mitigating. When we're pushing up, see, there was buyers here. There was buyers there. There was buyers there on every down candle. Okay? Well, when we're on the right side of the curve, we're mitigating. So we're offsetting orders. We're coming down here and we're popping up to the look to the left, to that yellow candle. Write this in your notes. Comes down, look where it comes up. Look where this comes, look where this high comes up. All right, look to the left. You see it? It's tagging this down candle. So they're giving them the chance to get out. Now go back test all weekend and do all that, but hope you wrote that down. So now what I need to break through these candles. So I need to see these down candles. We're up, we're mitigating it now, right? And as you see here, look at this down candle right here. Look to the right. See how we came below it with this hour and we came up? Look at this wick. Look to the left. See how it tapped it? That's mitigating. See that? That's true mitigation, actually. This is mentorship stuff, right? And then, so now I need to bust through these candles for obviously for us to be bullish again, because being underneath here is not pretty. So again, do we get a crazy drop next week? So as far as next week goes, this is what I would like to see. So I've already, all right. So I've accomplished this and this. We've accomplished that, all of that. So if it's truly bullish, we should see a leg up. All right, however that looks like. Now, looking at the 15-year data, to be honest with you, the 15.5, the 15 and 5, they show it coming down for another raid lower before going back up around the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21, whatever it ends up doing. Somewhere between the 18th and the 22nd, I'm going to tell you right now, it should be buying. All right, I don't give a fuck where it is, it should be buying. So, what would that look like on the higher time frame? Well, there you go. Keep it rolling, baby. But I need that shit under, man. I need that body to stay. So here's the issue. I need the body to stay. I need the body to stay under here, so we can get that over with. Because if they come up and we don't have a body there, then that means Monday. So now if we're talking about next week, if I was to make the market, there's only two options. If we don't close below here, then they might do this. Well, even before I do that, they might do this type of thing, then go up. Right? I'm not saying this is all the weekly candle, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, reverse type of thing, Thursday, something like that, or whatever, and then turn around. So it could be possible like this. I'm hoping for this. I mean, obviously, I'm hoping for just straight the fuck up. But if they don't, then we gap down type of shit. We get into what I was discussing over here previously in the video. To come right here, man, I mean, I don't see it. And if they do, it's like, this is game over. It's like, we're coming, we're rushing here. But we're hoping this is your last resort, right? They take out the previous week, and then boom, just get up, and then we'll see something like that. So again, I don't know, do they want to come up first? Because in the data, it does show this. It does show it pop up first, and then one more leg down. The 5-year shows it really ugly. But if it's the 30-year, then we possibly could just be at the same level. So did I mention everything I want to? I'm always forgetting something. And then dollar just consolidating a little bit. This is gonna get ugly, man. I mean, they've reached all the way up here. So like I don't see how they don't pop up above here. Right? Look at that. Overbought again. Man, I don't know, bro. All I know is that the people who own the dollar, I tell you right now, they got always something up their sleeve, don't they? So if the BRICS nation across overseas is going to put all their money in gold, all right, and if you go look at gold now, it's sank, all right, back down. Why would they make the dollar weak? That's their secret power. It's always has been. So here's your trick up your sleeve. Dollar's gonna be worth nothing, even though I know it ain't worth nothing. That's their secret power, and I know that that's how they win this game, is by keeping it strong. It ain't Bitcoin. I mean, no, that doesn't make sense. So as you see, Dow, I was talking about in there. I believe I even mentioned here. What is this? Why does the price come here? It's fucking taking out the breakout levels. That's it. Simple. That was the whole. Again, no rocket science. And as you see, we pushed down, man. So and same with S&P. right? This is logical. Look where it came underneath. Sometimes it'll bounce right off the top of this. Since this pushed up and retraced back already, back in, and then pushed back up, sometimes it'll bounce off of here, right? But what did they do? They came underneath this. So again, oversold. That's fine. If this is why I use the RSI. It's very helpful if you know how to use it. Imagine if you were to have bought down here and you sold up here and then you bought down here. I mean, could you telling me with all this algorithmic teachings and retail teachings and all this mathematic teachings, it's like, bro, how about I just be be an idiot and just fucking trade that, right? Again, I'm not saying when you get into a mess like this, I mean, obviously it's not helpful, but look at that, man. That's just beautiful. But coming underneath here, logical to take them out, and then this should show as support. And if you take a look, again, here's the thing though. So I've been talking about this, and it's like I thought we would come to at least 6,100, and we came to what 6,150 or no 60.50. So we came to 60.50. We didn't come to the 6,100. Is this it? I've been saying it for a little bit now. Is that we're coming into a final cycle. And I don't know, man. That shit looks like they might pull it up one more time just to drag back down for the fourth quarter. But then, dude, I think next year is gonna be fucking horrible. Well, let me rephrase that. Not horrible, but I think we're gonna be in a bearish market possibly. I don't know, obviously, but this does sure look like a macro high level that's gonna be failing. I mean. Look at that. Look at this. So you got this up candle and you got this down. Pretend this is a 1 minute chart. I mean, dude, can you see it just if we bust through and then we start, doing this shit like this, coming down? Man, sure looks like that would be it. But it's a highway right here. Looks like it could just roll right through. So you're looking at this as support. Is it going to hold it? That's going to be the key factor there. But looks like we're reaching the end. I mean, not end, but I mean, it's we'll see, man. But if we were to just business as usual and keep going, well, either it's gonna buy from here or dip down one more time, and then again, like I said, 18th to the 22nd, anytime in between there, preferably the 20th, just roll right back up. So, and sad, only 8, 9, 10 people watched yesterday's video. Been watching these videos. It's like, okay, well, it's a Friday video and I'm making it, so hope it helps. So I don't think I'm missing anything. And Nvidia, as we discussed here, look at that. So I mentioned it, breakthrough out of that little pattern. Where did it come to? That gap. If you're watching the videos, you know I've been mentioning this too. So again, what's the main focus here is keep it simple, trust your analysis, right? And trust your analysis. I mean, I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to me. You know what I mean? And I know that already, but same times it's like, sometimes I think it's too good to be true. And sure enough, pans out, dude. It's crazy. But, well, what else do I want to say? And how could you have been involved in this scenario? Just look at it that way. It's just like, because remember, we're gonna have this scenario happen again. I mean, not exactly like this, but if you get what I'm saying, the breakout here, look at that, the breakout there, knew that, right? Coming up for the all-time high, and then we get this phony structure, but it is the lower low, lower high. And when we got here, if you tried to buy this, I feel bad for you because I do understand it looks good, but guess what happens? 9 o'clock is rolling down. So you're already beneath this. You're looking at this as possible resistance, and then come into these gaps. That's why I got these gaps. Are we not laying in these gaps? So are you telling me these gaps aren't helpful? You be smoking rocks. Where I'm from, we say you smoking rocks if you don't think that's happening. So anyways, I'm missing something. I know I'm missing something. Fuck it. You guys have a good weekend. Take care. God bless.